Hi, this is Wolf from Tesla Owners US, and today we are repairing what the dog Tesla found out. And we are having an appointment at the service center made with our phone. And then they asked me about, can you send us a picture about that part? I said, just watch the video of Doug Tesla and you know what part it is. And my beautiful wife is here and she's driving.
I pressed to say
We arrived at our favorite service station. Here, Tempe, Arizona. And seemed to be busy again. That's good. Busy is always good. Oops. Okay, we arrived. Okay, we are getting loaner. Here's a white P85 Pearl. Okay, Martina checks it out. Alright, that's it. She doesn't like white. That's okay. Okay, you call us, yeah? When you're done. Okay. So we got a loaner and Martina is saying that this car is not that fast as hers. It's a P85 as well. So I can look you around.
It drives different.
It drives different. Right. And so everything went well and we're gonna be up for having a lunchtime and then waiting the call for today. I have very detailed given them the instructions on what was to be done or what should be done. So it was in the movie Dog Tesla. I'm gonna link it up there. Here comes the solution. The car is on chill mode, and I think that's with every one of the loaner. I think they are speed limited and on chill mode. And the settings here is under driving. You see that one is grayed out. You're gonna update that, and it's in chill. So there is something under safety and security as well. Yeah, it's limited to 85 miles per hour, and you cannot update that. Hi, we are back, and I show you a couple of messages what you are getting when you are having your car in service. And they are being showing here in between, and that is the easiest service what you could imagine, because you are being updated most of the time with text directly from the guy who is looking after you, and then you're getting also information when the estimated finishing of the service is, and also when you can pick up the car, or when you can pick up your car when it's ready to be picked up. And that's what we're gonna do. So I'm driving now in a loaner, and I'm taking that loaner now back what I had over the weekend, because we brought the car in at 11 o'clock or so on Friday, and they could not do everything because I collected a whole bunch of things and they could not do everything. And then I asked them when will that be continued, and they said their car will be finished on Monday. So it's now Monday afternoon. Have to go in the city anyway and bring in the loaner back and exchanging that with my car. So easiest type of service ever. So that's, with the exception that you should not collect so many things, that's actually how you should do it. And that was actually the bi-yearly service. Basically every other year there's only for a Tesla service needed. So because there are not many parts what need to be replaced, you can afford to bring it to service every other years. So, and if you like that, you will also see when I'm arriving at the service center, if everything's been repaired. I'm gonna go through all of the lists what I have there and check if that has been repaired, and if not, how it's going to be repaired. There's also a possibility Ranger service, we can use it as well for the little things. So let's wait until I'm receiving the car, then go around receiving the car, and see you soon. So let's go over that. It's a 2-year inspection, that what needs to be done. And it was only $240 or so. That really was not a lot. At Mercedes I really paid much more the years before. So yeah, and then there was a whole bunch of, we're gonna tell you that later, what was fluids were replaced and so on. So, and the carbon filter and windshield wiper blades and. So the things what we had. This piece was replaced here, and not only the rubber piece, they had to replace the entire window. So we had to do that one. So unfortunately, I would have expected only the rubber to be replaced. I would have to tint this portion of that, but I'm not sure if I'm really gonna do that. It's almost invisible. Then this one I have to rewrap because it's not loose anymore, but they replaced the entire camera for that. The next one was this one. There was a recall, and yeah, this piece here on the Falcon wing doors was replaced, and here's a rubber piece in there, and this one was just taped over, and actually that's also what was recommended from Ovi. Yeah, we gotta find out later if I taped it differently. So what else? Yeah, that was a Falcon wing door. That's on both sides, and then in the back we had the sealant here, and that sealing was replaced. It's coming out a little bit here again, but the whole sealing was replaced. Yeah, that was all. Everything done to my satisfaction. Alright. So that's all. And $249 or so. I'm gonna reread also, they do a measuring of their tires. If I need new tires, I'm gonna find out how much is this. That was an example for the low maintenance the car has for a recommended service for 2 years. But due to the actual events for the Autonomy Day, I have to say something more to that. And I think most of the people don't even understand what the magnitude of this change was. It feels like when they discovered the chip from Skynet. You remember Cyberdyne system, that the new chip from Skynet, neural network chip, and it feels like that, but this chip was produced. And the entire car industry, I don't know what a bigger disruptor that ever could be. When I'm looking at that and how long they are forward, and I have to say show you some pictures of Martina's Model S from 2012. 265 miles of range in 2012 was not surpassed from any other electric car in the last 7 years. And this is how far they were advanced. So I'm waiting for the day when they're coming out with a limousine which are catching them up for a real range of more than 265 miles. So that's why that was 7 years ago. Now they're coming out with a chip, and they are very sure about how far they are advanced, because that gave a really big insight in the chip manufacturing from one of the best chip producers with the neural network development and the software development. And if I would be in the automotive industry today, I would say I am screwed, really, because however in the hell should I catch up with them, even when they have in development another chip which is at least 3 times faster at the current one, which is 10 times faster at whatever the industry can produce, and they're coming up with a new chip in about 2 years. that will be an advantage, what probably nobody expected. I think the most of the guys there who were invited, all of the investors, didn't even get it. And this is a disruption in the entire transportation industry. Limo service, taxi service. You know about the complaints in Europe about Uber and Lyft? This is nothing. Wait until the safe driving taxis drive around from their owners and transporting people. And imagine that. That will be lesser cars at the end, at the effect on the road later. Because the road will be lesser than that. Because the owners will keep their cars driving on the road. And I think in total it will be a massive disruption of the entire industry. Not even talking about what's about electric cars or cars in total or vehicles in total. And at that time in France, you need very bright yellow vests because there might be a huge disturbance for that in many countries when they see all of the consequences happening. And the insurance industry, they didn't even get it. That Tesla is coming out with insurance because they have all their data. They say, our cars are the safest car. Our cars are the least stolen. If they get stolen, we will catch the guys who steal the cars. If they get damaged, we know who it is. And all of their data around the car, including the driving data, and if people accepting, as the drivers from Tesla do today, if they are accepting that the cars are recording everything what they're doing, then they have all of the driving data, including the driving behavior. And probably your insurance rate will be increase or decrease the amount of how much autopilot or how much autonomous you drive the car. And I tried to get insurance for my cars, what I have in the rental fleet, a commercial insurance for myself, not going through another third party. It was impossible to get insurance. I probably contacted already 7 agents, and now I have to submit more papers for that. And I just got on the regular insurance for cars that people are quoting them a massive amount of money for that, whereby they are the safest cars. And I don't get that from the insurances. I think this is the last one what the insurance tried to squeeze out the money for. But and after that, if Tesla offers the insurance, there will be significant lower than that. And the insurance industry for the Tesla vehicles will be pushed out of the market. And that is, I think, insurance industry what do not believe either. Because what happens there is the insurance will not accept that there is, if there is a damage or if there is an accident, that it was a self-driving car, and the insurance industries will say, oh, this is not our fault. This is not the driver's fault. That is not the insurance fault. And because that is self-driving cars, that's Tesla's fault. What does Tesla do? They do self-insure and said, then I'm going to self-insure my car for myself, and I take this part of the business as well. This is an unbelievable, massive amount of disruption. The data for the cars as well. When you look at the data for the cars, they will have the biggest advantage of all. Because if you currently have approaching 500,000 miles driving with driving your cars and collecting data and collecting real-time data, that is morning, and that real-time data makes a huge difference. And what is the huge difference is, I have my daughter's fiance. He is working in in a startup or they're using AI or a massive amount of data. And for AI and for neural networks, you need massive amount of data to improve the system. If you only driving 1,000 or 5,000 cars around in a city, you are not collecting data. You are not collecting real-time data. The world is crazy, and that's why you could have to collect all of those crazy special circumstances where you can collect the data. And that fleet is driving around and collecting the data right now, that cannot get any better. And who should ever catch them? I don't know. I don't know what the people are thinking. Oh, not getting this, and Tesla is very sure that they know they are so far advanced that every other competitor will have a hard time to catch up with them. So I give you an example. Whoever believed at 1998 that more than 20 years ago a bookstore, an online selling bookstore, will dominate the retail market and some portion of the entertainment market. You know what company I'm talking about, right? This is now the leading company in the industry for internet retail or for retail at all. And a lot of companies struggling with that. And I believe that Tesla will become into this other sectors of the dominating an industry for manufacturing cars, for all kinds of transportation services and people transportation services, and that will be a huge difference. So currently, and nobody believes when they have 1% market share of an electric car manufacturer, and they have to be kind of under the radar in order to develop that. But this could shift around in a very short time. So these are my 2 cents to that, what I had to say. And watch the guys from Tesla. Hey, thumbs up, and if you want to have more detailed insight in Tesla and their activities, subscribe to the channel. Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.
I press to say